Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Happy Friday to you. How's my time? How am I doing? 5:04. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's been a heck of a lot worse. Lots to talk about today, lots to get into. As we said, happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. I always like to check my surroundings. I'll probably have cats in the frame at some point, perhaps a dog, because my office door is open. You know what that means? Ho! Wild Kingdom up in here. I'm just saying. I feel good. How's your Friday been, man? Mine's been pretty good. I got up this morning, put my kid on the bus. Then I went for a 3-mile walk this morning. Came back, had a shower, had some breakfast and a cup of coffee, and I've been chill all day. And I only left the house to go get my kid NBA 2K23 for his birthday. He turned 14 this past Saturday, and it was the last gift we hadn't got him because it didn't come out till today. Do me a favor here, kids, while you're here. Smash the heart button. Smash it all to pieces till you almost break the phone. That'd be awesome. It'd mean loads to me. And share this video. Share this feed, if you will. Okay? Hashtag the life out of it. Share it till you can't share it no more. And I would be greatly appreciative of that. Again, that would mean loads to me. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you've never been here before, I'm Tom. What's up? This is my show. This is season 9. The show's been going since 2014. This is episode number 284, baby. Can't beat that, can you? Well, I guess you can, but I can't because it's where I'm at. So, yeah, it's we're approaching episode 300. We're 16 weeks away from it, ladies and gentlemen. So that'll be fun. Can't wait to get there. Also, if you are so inclined, check out Tom Clark's Main Event. In fact, you're watching that. You're checking that out now. My brain's a little fried. Try it again. Tom Clark's 6M podcast. There it is. Movies, music, Marvel magazines, miniseries, and more. It's a geek culture / pop culture podcast. Anyone here who's checked it out hopefully has enjoyed it. We just recorded The Hangover Part 2 this past Thursday. It'll be released at some point next week. Phil and I are going to cover Part 3 of The Hangover. We've got a lot of other episodes in the pipeline ready to roll. So yeah, this past week we released Captain America, the First Avenger. So yeah, that was cool. So yeah, we cover any and all subjects falling under those categories. So yeah, if you're so inclined, we do a little bit of pro wrestling on that show, but a lot of it is just, as I said, geek culture / pop culture. Before we get to your comments, I'm going to ask you kids again, if you will, please smash the like button for me, share this thing, and if you will, turn on your notifications. Just hit the ring-a-ding-ding if you don't mind. And if you'll do that, the next time your boy goes live, you will know. And won't it be nice to know stuff? Yes. Yes, indeed it will. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the comments. Let's see who was here first to the table today. It used to be Sandy in Germany. It's never Sandy in Germany. Tim, what's going on, my friend? Thank you for hanging out, dude. Ray all day. Ray, let's figure out what day we're going to hang out. It looks like Phil and I are going to hang out that Wednesday after Dynamite if he's still awake. If there's a scrum that night, oh, God, Katie bar the doors, right? We'll see. But, yeah, because he's flying back that Thursday. So let's message away from this at some point. We'll get something figured out. So, yeah, it'd be good to finally meet you and hang out with you, man. Cherokee Flynn, please tell me that's your God-given name, your Christian name, your Muslim name. That'd be awesome. How are you, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Carlos Martinez, how you doing? Jamel Vegas, what's up? Tammy, how you doing today? Alma, good to see you. Yep, Queen Elizabeth just passed away. Isn't that something? Toby, good to see you, my friend. Super Dave in the house. What's going on? Robbie, how you doing? Oh, Robbie, aren't you sweet? Thank you, dude. John Costello, what's up, dude? Thanks for hanging out today, my friend. Yeah, 2K is I've always enjoyed the 2K franchise. It's never looked better. Am I right? It's never looked better, dude. It looks really good. Yeah, Ron, enjoy the show. I know you're probably in Black Mountain as we speak. So yeah, my best to all the crew. I could not make it. I've got stuff going on immediately after this show. It's been a really good day for me. I can't lie, but there's been a lot going on. All good things, right? But yeah, I got stuff going on as soon as this show is over. The timing was just horrible. It's about an hour and a half for me. Black Mountain is, I think. So like, yeah, it would have been really, really tough to get there in time. So yeah, I hate I couldn't make it, but again, hopefully everything goes well. My best to the cast and crew and everybody involved behind the scenes in the ring from top to bottom. So yeah, my best to everybody there. So yeah, HVW Battleground is tonight for kids. The live feed. I'm told there'll be a live feed, so everyone go check out their Facebook page. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. We've got a lot to get into here today, kids. As you may or may not know, this is the AEW All Out Review. Isn't that fun? Yes. Yes, it is. Man, have we got loads to talk about. Let's go ahead and review the show, okay? Because I talked a lot about the scrum last night on Peaches and Power Bombs, okay? So if you guys are cool with it, let's go ahead and review the show, and then we'll get into what happened, the extracurricular activities after the show went off air. Yes, we'll get to it. I promise you. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this sucker. Let's talk about the pre-show, the 0 hour. Last week I called it the buy-in on social for some reason. The Jericho Appreciation Society, Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello defeated Ortiz and Ruby Soho. Excuse me. It was a very, when I say clunky, I don't mean disrespect. It was clunky in parts. I'm not big on mixed tag. You guys know how I feel about women versus men. I'm just not, I want everybody to be safe, and I want everybody to have a good time and take care of each other and be professional. And for the most part, they always are. But like, it's just not my cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm glad everybody turned out to be okay. So, however, looks like she has a broken nose. I was more concerned with Soho getting dumped on her neck, which I don't know if there's anybody to lay the blame to for this, but Guevara had her up on her shoulders. You guys catch this? And Ty Conti hit was it Ty KO that she caused that kick to the head. And then Sammy, instead of like spinning her so she can maybe take a back bump like a modified F5 or something, he just kind of threw let her just fall off. So if you're Ruby, I don't know how you land from that. That seemed like an issue. Now, no one's been called out for that I could see. I haven't seen anyone called out Sammy or much less anybody else online for it. But that I caught that. I went back and watched that a second time, and I was like, oh my God. She's like, you didn't break her neck. So broken nose aside, a broken nose will heal, but a broken neck, dude. Whew. Guys, go back and watch that when you get the opportunity. This match went for 6 minutes. Again, wasn't bad, wasn't my cup of tea, but the ending was fine. I mean, it is what it is. Again, I'm glad everybody, for the most part, got out of this relatively unscathed. I love Ortiz to death. I think he's great. He's so fun to watch. He really is fun to watch. And speedy recovery to Santana. I think he's still on the mend. So that was your opener. It was a mixed tag match for the AAA mixed tag championships, tag team championships. There you go. Hook defeated Angelo Parker from the JAS. And yes, Bronson got, what's his name? Bronson? I want to call him Bronson Reed. That's not right, is it? Someone give me his name. Bronson Reed's not, that's Jonah. By the way, if you're not watching Jonah, if you haven't been watching Jonah in New Japan, you've been missing out. I'm telling you right now, Jonah's the freaking man, dude. The man. Someone give me his name. Action Bronson. That's it. I got it, kids. Thanks. David Down Under. Family's doing well. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Ray. AEW is in New York City on Wednesday. From what I've been told, I'm landing in New York Tuesday at like 10 o'clock. So I'm sure I'll probably be working with the crew and getting everything set up at the pier till I don't know what time. My Tuesday night may be open. So yeah, Wednesday night after Dynamite, probably be hanging out with Phil. So if you can brave the late hour there, Ray, we may just do that if that works for you. We'll see. We'll figure something out. You're talking about, dude, I don't know. That's a good question, Ray. I don't know. That's a very good question. There's rumors about him getting involved. So, I mean, we'll see, man. Jess says he's kind of lukewarm on the AW. Well, keep in mind that the footage you've seen is not finished yet. There is something to be said for that. The graphics that we've seen thus far are not quite done. So yeah, the new Bloodline member introduces tonight on SmackDown, Marcus says. Well, there you go. So yeah, let's see. Toby says, seems like Sammy's career has hit a wall since being paired with Ty. He was smoking hot. Now he's an afterthought. Is he an afterthought, Toby, or is he an afterthought because people don't really care for her too much? You could be right. I'm just throwing it out there. Hook in a match that went longer than 2 minutes. So I said this a good long while back that Hook at some point has got to start working past the 2-minute mark, right? I never had a doubt this kid could work. I never had a doubt he was fully trained. He didn't know what he was doing. He's fine. He's good. I just don't, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I don't know how many more matches I would do to this degree. This was a 12-minute, excuse me, not 12 minutes. This was a 3.5-minute match, which sounds like, Tom, it's 3.5 minutes. But dude, for a Hook, that's a long match. I'm just saying, man. So we're going to get to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20. I mean, eventually, right? I mean, right now what they're doing is working for his gimmick, so I totally understand it. We'll see how it plays out, right? Singles match, the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, Pac. I'm okay with either one. Defeated Kip Sabian. I like both guys. I will say this. I wasn't invested in whoever won. It's whatever they want to do. I was a bit surprised that Sabian didn't win this. I mean, he spent a year under a bag on at ringside only to come back for his first match and lose. Kind of like, it just felt weird. And I mean, if you didn't want him to win a title his first match back, maybe he shouldn't have won a title maybe he shouldn't have wrestled in a match for a title his first match back. Hey, look, it's just my take, man. It's just my take. Anybody got any feelings about that? $14th. Dude, I don't know. So is Phil missing a night, Ray? Because I know he's going to Wednesday, and I think he said they were taping Rampage after Dynamite on Wednesday. Is he wrong and Rampage is live that Friday? Is that right? You tell me, because I have no idea. No, Friday's not the 22nd. Wednesday's the 22nd. No. Thursday's the 22nd. There it is. Albany. Oh, my bad, Ray. My bad. Okay, gotcha. That's the 14th, right? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Albany, Newark. Yeah. So, there we are. Let's see. Yeah, I enjoyed Hook. Let's see. Elma says Hook versus Moxley, title versus title. I think we're probably a long way from that. That's something that they probably don't want Hook anywhere near Mox right now. There's just no reason for it. It'd be interesting. No reason to put him against him right now for sure. We wrapped up the pre-show with Eddie Kingston defeating Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull. These two men, this was beyond chopping. This was something out of left field. I mean, dude, Ishii hit him so hard on that running clothesline that I think Excalibur cursed when he hit him, and Kingston didn't bump off of it. He just fell up against the ropes. I mean, dude, you could hear the slap of the forearm. I mean, Ishii hit him so hard that you could see like his soul jump out of his body, like in Doctor Strange, right? Ishii's the man. I wasn't surprised he lost. I was surprised that after the match, Kingston went up behind him and grabbed him by his shoulders. Did everybody catch that? As if to say, hey, partner, We had fun. And Ishii immediately brushed him off and got away from him. And I'm thinking, Eddie's a smart guy. He knows how this works. Like, what are you touching Tomohiro Ishii right now for, man? That's what it kind of felt like. Because Ishii's way of doing things is old school. Because a lot of Japanese guys are old school, dude. And his way of doing things is, no. We just try to kill each other. You get away from me. That's how I took that. I love Eddie to death. I'm just making a point. Like it was kind of an odd little moment where I'm thinking, oh my God, he's not going to shake hands after a match. Are you crazy? That's not going to happen, babe. I'm sorry. You got the wrong guy. You're messing with the wrong guy. Just saying. Not going to happen. Charlotte says she's late to the party. Migraines suck. Dude, by the way, Charlotte, how are you? I had a cluster headache a few years ago. Anybody ever have that? Oh, yikes. Boy, that is not pleasant, my man. Not pleasant. I was going around like this for like 2 days where I couldn't hold my eyes open. Like the sun's in your eyes. Like legit, I'm doing this. I had one eye. I went to the doctor with one eye closed and I'm like, I think you got a cluster headache. So they gave me like anti-inflammatory. And when I tell you that within an hour it started easing off, I'm not making that up. Within an hour, I had sweet relief. Because I spent like all day that Sunday, Monday with a cluster headache, and it was murder. I'm just saying. Reese says, I loved Eddie versus Ishii. Absolutely. Everybody go check out Peaches and Power Bombs. I was a guest on the show last night. I don't get too animated on their show. Maybe just a little bit. But I don't get too loud. This is my show, so I gets loud, yo. I yells and screams and whatnot because I got no couth. No couth detected here, man. Notice I didn't say no class detected. I'm as classy as they come, yo. Check this haircut. I don't know where that came from. So yeah, the show was fun last night, ladies. I appreciate you as always. So yeah, that's your pre-show. That's your 0 hour. Let's get to it, shall we? The casino ladder match. Was okay for me. You guys may have loved it. And if you did, go with God, brother. For me, it was just I didn't hate it. If I told you that it was something that I couldn't wait to see, I was anxious to see it, dude. I was. At the same time, did it make my day? Not really. I didn't hate it. That's kind of a cheap way out, isn't it? Hey man, I'm just calling it like I see it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. There were parts in it that were a little rough. But it was all right. I just think there was a lot going on in that match, you know. We know that the Joker, who was the devil or whatever, the man that climbed the ladder was Stokely Hathaway. We're not sure where this is going yet. We have sort of gone back and forth, Phil and I have, with the idea that these guys are like hired mercenaries. And that's basically what they are, that they're not MJF's faction at all. Okay. But you know, we'll see where it takes us. The man that pulled that got the Hathaway pulled down the big chip, gave it to the dude in the devil mask, who we all know to be later as, not gonna tell you yet. So there you go. So that's how that match went. That match went 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, didn't hate it, didn't love it either. The tournament final for the inaugural AEW World Trios Championship was the Dark Order with Hangman Adam Page against they who shall not be named, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Defeated Page and the Dark Order to become the first ever AEW World Trios Championship. That match was 19 and a half minutes. 19 and a half minutes. Good match. Really good match. You expected it would be. You know, Dark Order does Dark Order stuff, and they're almost always entertaining. They're always fun to watch. I enjoyed them. I think they're good with Page. I don't know what's going to happen. Miss Lopez, I haven't seen you in a long time, my dear. Thank you for hanging out with me again. I appreciate you. Jeff says, I hate the way it ended, and I hate the use of the Joker because the Joker wins and ruins everything in the match. Well, does the Joker win every time? Does anyone have the stats on that? Anyone have the stats on that? We'll get to the drama, Charlotte. I promise you. The boy's fine. He's at a neighbor's house right now with one of his friends, like his best friend. I used to be his best friend. I'll cry if I talk too much about it. I used to be his best friend, but it's okay. He's 14 now. It is what it is. So I'll get sentimental. I don't want to do that today. It's all right. So yeah, the trios match was it was excellent. We all knew it would be. No big surprises there. Singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. It only took 4 minutes and 20 seconds, kids. And Jade Cargill retained against Athena. I got it wrong. I totally got it wrong. I said that Athena was going to pull the upset. It wouldn't have been an upset. Athena's very good. But, man, Jade flat out just beat her. And it kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't see that coming. I will say and I will maintain what I've said and maintain in the past. This goes for not just Jade. This goes for Goldberg. This goes for Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. This goes for Ryback back in the day. This goes for anyone that they push as undefeated. You are painting yourself into a corner at some point. It was pointed out to me, not to me, it was pointed out on socials this week about who all has Roman actually beat in like the 9.5 years he's been Universal Undisputed Champion, or, Undisputed Champion, the guy with the 2 belts. And it's like 7 people. It's not many. There's quite a few guys he's not faced yet. So, but the way he's booked, it feels like he's defeated everyone. Now, for Jade, she has beat everyone. Can anyone think of a female wrestler, a lady wrestler that she's not beat yet? I'm sure there's 1 or 2, but I'm talking about that could potentially beat her for the championship. This was a great opportunity to transition the belt if they were so inclined. I don't know who they're waiting on. It kind of feels just a least little bit like they're waiting on somebody to show up. Now, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just one guy's opinion, okay? But if that's true, I don't know who that somebody is, man. I really couldn't tell you who that somebody is. Let's see. Jeffrey says, I'm not a big fan of Athena, but Jade needs to lose. Ray says Brie could be Jade. She's the only one that could at this point, Ray, I think. Keith says looked more like Mr. Roboto with the mask. I'm talking about Friedman. Yeah. Jeff says usually the Joker is a new hire or first time reveal and pretty cool, but lately their use of the Joker sucks. Well, to each his own. To each his own. Speaking of the Joker, is that what they said? His name is Oswald White. Why? Why? Because isn't the Penguin's name Oswald Cobblepot? Am I wrong? Isn't it Oswald Cobblepot? Have I got his name right? Why would you name the Joker his supposed real name Oswald as well? That's lame. I don't get that. Should have just stuck with Jack Napier from Batman 1989. Oh, Ron. Oh, yes, Ron. Oh, Ron. How much time you got, brother? Hang around. We're going to get to it. Oh, my, Ron. Yes, the trios titles were vacated for a very good reason, my friend. Oh, it's big. I'm not yanking you either. It's big. Stick around. We're going to get to it. I promise you. I promise you. La 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 la. Has Jade ever faced Nyla Rose? I want to say yes, Jeffrey, but I could be wrong. That's a match. Book it. Book it. We'll see. Will they put Nyla over on her? If anybody could, maybe it's her. Maybe. What if Awesome Kong were still working and in great shape? Ooh. Yeah. Wardlow and FTR defeated Jay Lethal, Motor City Machine Guns, 6-man tag team match with 16-minute mark, 16 minutes, 30 seconds. How long do you think they were given? About 15 minutes? That's what I would guess. I would guess they were given 15. This match was on fire. We all knew it would be. FTR is just, they're so good. I love Dax's daughter being involved. That was a nice touch. I was almost afraid she couldn't break that pencil, right? I was a little worried about that. Motor City Machine Guns. I don't think Saban and Shelley have aged a day in 15 years. Those two guys found a fountain of youth. I don't know what to say about that. I'm jealous, to be honest with you. They look great. This match was excellent. Had no problem with this match at all. We're going to keep on trucking here, kids. We're following up with Powerhouse Hobbs defeating Ricky Starks by pinfall. Singles match. It only lasted 5 minutes. It didn't need to go any longer. Powerhouse made a statement. Good for him. He's a star on the rise, ladies and gentlemen. This doesn't hurt Ricky Starks at all. Ricky's already established. People love that guy no matter what he does. They'll cheer him, if nothing else, for the pose. Know what I mean? He's fine. No reason to think that Ricky's in bad shape right now. He's not, I assure you. But Powerhouse needed this win for sure, and he got it. Good for him. Good for him. So, yeah, that was entertaining. Swerve in Our Glory, and yes, looks like they're turning heel. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland defeated the Acclaim tag team match, the AW World Tag Team Championships, 22 minutes, 30 seconds. And supposedly the rumors are that Acclaim are going to get the titles at Grand Slam. Look, the same thing happened with Thunder Rosa that night. We thought that we just knew she was going to beat Britt Baker, and she didn't. They waited till like 2-3 weeks later. It's odd to wait for things like that because this kind of felt like the Acclaim's moment. And that's through the only fault that could be had there is that the booking led you to that moment, right? Had they held back, had they pulled back just a bit on the booking, just a hair on the booking. Do you know what I'm saying? If they held back just a bit, if they had held back just a bit, then maybe we wouldn't have felt that way. Does that make sense? But everything they did up to that point felt as though they were leading up to the Acclaimed winning the championships at All Out. That's how it felt to me. It felt like that to a lot of other people too, man. So yeah, just call it like I see it. Match was really good. The Acclaimed are stars. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. 22 minutes, dude. Did I mention? 22 minutes. It was almost the longest match on the show, but not quite. Tony Storm defeated Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Hikaru Shida. 4-match for the interim AW Women's World Championship, which we assume is a leading title unification match. Thunder Rosa is not looking good right now. And there's a couple different reasons for that. One, a lot of the buzz coming out of that locker room has been that not a lot of women like Britt, especially Rosa. But now Rosa's got this situation where she was working in Mexico and apparently lied to Conan. I'm not quoting 100% here, kids, but she said it was her AC. She had torn up or messed up her ACL, but then she said it was her back, and Conan caught her. Not lying, but trying to get the story straight, and she was kind of back and forth, and then Tony said what she said at the scrum afterward about she says she's hurt. There's a little bit of heat there, I think. Suddenly she's hurt right before she's supposed to drop the title. Now, Tom didn't say that. A lot of other people are saying that. I hesitate to say things like that because I don't know if that's the case or not. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's got anything to do with anything. It kind of feels like it's got something to do with something this time. Well, that turned out to be the excuse me. I'm all choked up and I got no drink. I got no water, I got no coffee, I got nothing. Now I look like I got the vapors. Anyway, I don't know that to be true with the whole Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa thing. It does seem a little sus, as the kids may say. Yeah, Carlos, she says she's injured, but what injury is it? We don't really know, do we? It's a little suspect. What's up, Renato? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention Smo Joe's return. My apologies. I forgot to mention. Good stuff. I love Joe, man. I always have, for sure. Christian Cage defeated Jungle Boy in 20 seconds. Hey, remember how Luchasaurus turned heel and then he did and then he did? Had they never teased a heel turn, this would have worked famously. Had they never teased that at all, this would have been great. But they did. And this wasn't so great. Christian's hurt. His arm is in a brace. Christian's supposed to going to miss 8 or 9 months, which begs the question, why didn't he just win? Or excuse me, why didn't he just lose? Why didn't Jungle Boy just win this match? There again, the booking led you to believe this was Jungle Boy's match to win. And guess what? It didn't happen. I'm a little baffled by this whole thing. Chris Jericho defeated Bryan Danielson, longest match of the night, 23 minutes and 40 seconds. This was a top-notch match. If you don't know what you're going to get from Jericho versus Danielson, shame on you, because you got a clinic. Everyone that puts down Jericho for stuff in the ring, shame on you. If you're putting down stuff because of outside the ring, because of stuff, I get that. And I'm kind of with you. Okay? But when it comes to being in the ring, being a character and a personality, maybe give the guy a little bit of credit, because Moxley has consistently called Chris Jericho the best of all time. He doesn't have to call him that. Jericho's a heel. You know what I mean? He did it again Wednesday night. So yeah, please, everybody, get up off Jericho, for goodness sake. I'm just sick of hearing it. In 12 minutes and 10 seconds, Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro defeated the House of Black. And not caught on the feed, not caught on the pay-per-view, was Malachi Black saying goodbye after the match was over. He bowed. I think he shook a couple of hands, that kind of thing, and said thank you to everybody and split. He has been conditionally released by AEW, which, do not quote me, I believe conditionally released means that no one can really contact him or tamper with him right now. I'm sure there's probably an opportunity for him to come back as soon as he wants to, and that he can't really be signed by anybody else right now. Good for them for putting that clause in. Number one, it's good for them. That way he can't show up on Raw next week, okay? But it's also good for him, because if he truly is battling some things that's mentally, keeping him out, then the last thing he needs is to be signed up with a sweet deal with a butt ton of money from another company when he's not ready to take it. Does that make sense? He's grown, man. He can do whatever he wants. I'm just putting it out there to you. Sometimes dangling the carrot in front of somebody when they're already full is not such a good idea. So there you go. Tim, he's doing okay so far. He hasn't felt anything yet, Tim. Fingers crossed on that one. I hope he is back, Carlos. I love him in that company. And for all those yahoos out there talking about, they didn't get anything in that company, didn't give me anything. Wow. Weed must be good, huh? Dude, House of Black was on TV all the time, in top feuds and trios matches, week after week after week. Great vignettes from backstage, interview segments, the entrance. It just, I don't get it. I don't get where all that talk even comes from, man. That's people just trying to stir things up, I think. Just trying to stir those things up. I don't know why people got to be like that. Makes no sense to me. And then to close the show out, in 19 minutes, 55 seconds, CM Punk defeated Jon Moxley. There's your card, kids. There's your card. There's your show. AW All Out. Funny how a whole lot of people, and by the way, we know the MJF came out. There you go. He unmasked, came out, and MJF is back. But we all know something. The main program, AW All Out, was overshadowed like crazy by what happened afterward. I talked a lot about it last night on Peaches and Power Bombs. Now I would like to get your take. I want everyone to tell me now. There's 23 of you here still watching. Give me your honest feedback on the Punk situation. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? I got a smart audience, so you guys give me some good, intelligent comments. I trust you. I trust you. And if your comments are stupid, I'll tell you. I'm not shy. I talked a lot about it on the ladies' show last night. It's a mess, as my mom would say. It really is a mess over there. A lot of crazy stuff going on. You've got the Punk thing with Omega and the Bucks. You got the Tony Storm comment. You got the Britt Baker thing with Thunder Rosa. I mean, you got all this stuff that just. I'm not going to sit here and call it a dumpster fire. I'm not going to say it's to that degree. However, I do think, in my opinion, that Khan, with no experience of ever having run a locker room before, needs someone to run that locker room. And you know what? If that man's Moxley, and it turns out probably it is, let him be the guy. Maybe Khan needs to take a back seat and not be at these scrums anymore. Maybe they don't need someone like that. You ever watch the New Japan press conferences when the guys speak after the matches? You know what they have? They have an interview wall and a boom mic, and the guy just goes back there with the cameraman and just rants. And he's in character and he's doing his thing. I'd love to see that. If you want to set up a table, but just have the wrestlers sitting there. You don't need Khan there. I don't understand what purpose Khan is serving there. I like the guy a lot. I just don't understand why he's there. Eric Jackson, you are so late, dude. Ron says, sounds like drama follows Punk. I mean, it's fair, I guess, to a degree. But, you know, a lot of the things that have happened to him in the past can be explained away by differences of opinion. Him not being valued, not being very well respected, not being treated the way he should have been treated, which that's absolutely the case in WWE, believe that. I don't think you can make any of those arguments this time. I think he was completely out of line with what happened. He hijacked the press, the scrum. He didn't talk about MJF. In fact, he pointed to Tony and said, "This guy keeps making me work with children." I think it was to the effect of what he said. I mean, he kind of he disrespected AEW. He put down the EVPs, which it's okay to not like those guys if you don't like those guys, but they are the guys running the company. And you could make the case that without the Bucks at the forefront making moves behind the scenes, that company wouldn't be where they are today. I think that you can make a very good case for that. You know what I mean? So I don't think that was fair on Punk's part. However, I will say this. I wasn't there. Unless I'm crazy or missing something, neither were any of you. So let's try to be as unbiased here as we possibly can and try to look at all sides of it, the sides that we know anyway. Anyway. You're not offending me, Charlotte. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm a Punk fan. I'm on the record as being a Punk fan. I'm not going to pull back now because the guy screwed up. I'll say he screwed up. He flat out screwed up. That's not what a top guy does. It's not top guy behavior what I saw Sunday night at all. Never should have happened, dude. So yeah, there's no defending that. There's no defending it. I get he's upset. Maybe cool off first and maybe cut that promo on Wednesday or talk to Tony ahead of time and say, look, I've calmed down since Sunday, but I'm still ticked off. Is it okay if I have some mic time? I'd like to address a few things. And then let the locker room, whoever you're going to talk about, know that you're going to say something. But see, none of these things happened. No sense in me being an armchair booker now. Ray said, I had no idea I had heat with Colt. Didn't like the in-stores toward the Bucks and Page. Was crazy. It was pent-up anger. Yeah, the deal with Colt goes back to the lawsuits when he appeared on Colt's podcast. And WWE sued and they lost. And they should have lost because they did that to make Punk go broke. That's why they did that. Had nothing to do about clearing Dr. Amon's name, in my opinion. It was about making Punk go broke. And when that didn't happen, I'm sure they weren't very happy. Okay. But yeah, that was more about getting back at Punk for being the guy that could have died in a ring due to a terrible staph infection that they refused to treat. And yes, that's all true. So there you go. Let's see. Jamil said, I thought Punk's comments were unprofessional. Agreed, but not lies. They need some new EVPs. Are you here? Come on. Guess who's here? Hey, honey. Oh, there's the tail. Remember last week? She's back. You guys should be happy. I can't get animated anymore. Now I got to be quiet because I don't want to scare her. She's on my lap. Will said, after what I learned, I think he planned this for him being stripped and released because he is out. Yeah, the rumor is that he was hurt in the match, not in the debacle in the locker room afterward. That's all nonsense. He was hurt doing a tope suicida onto the floor. Okay, that's where he actually hurt himself. I don't know if he knew how bad he was hurt. A wrestler knows his body, so I'm sure he knew something bad had happened. And by the way, he sat there at that press conference table for how long with a torn tricep? What? Dude, I have a hangnail, and I'm like, my eyes are wet. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, right? That's a tough dude. Hey, I'm just giving him props, man. But yeah, planned. I don't know what planned means. Did he have there's rumor going around that he planned all of this. He even had what he was going to say rehearsed, perhaps. The only person that can really answer that is Punk, and he ain't talking. Will says, I'm sorry, Khan is a fanboy with daddy's money. I disagree. All due respect. Tony Khan is a businessman. Tony Khan's earned a lot of money on his own. And I just don't agree with that sentiment. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe, but I don't believe that to be the case at all. Tim says you made a great point last night. Punk has one more chance. If in my humble opinion, you pull this guy aside, whether it's on the phone or in person, hopefully in person, say, look, you screwed up, but you've never been in trouble since you got here. Here's the deal. You're going to make an apology to the locker room. You're going to make an apology to Kenny and the Bucks. You're going to shake their hands. You're going to apologize to that locker room. You're going to be a locker room leader. Okay. And you're going to attend anger management classes. And I wouldn't do this thing. Last night when I said public apology, I don't mean on TV. I think that's too much. You're asking him to belittle his character on TV. I wouldn't do that. But I do think apologies backstage should definitely happen. Okay. And then I would say, you're going to attend anger management classes. And if you say no to any of this, you're gone. And I think, honestly, that's a fair deal. Now, if Punk heard me say this, he'd say, hey, take a leap. And that's fine. I get it. Maybe I'm out of line. Maybe I'm off base. But from where I'm sitting, do you really fire this guy? I made the comparison last night. If 4 top stars in UFC got into a brawl in the locker room, would anybody be fired today? I don't think so. Now, this is not UFC, but it's kind of the same thing in as much as while AEW is predetermined and choreographed for the most part, and UFC is not, supposedly saying, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. While that is supposedly a shoot in that other company, you're not supposed to shoot in the locker room on each other. Know what I mean? So there you go. So, yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Odom says, Sugar Shane says, Punk as world champion should have took the high road, but yet he showed his true colors. Colt Cabana incident happened years ago, and he's still upset about it. But listen, Shane, I'm not going to disagree with what you said to begin with. He should have took the high road. But the thing with Colt, we don't know the story there, dude. Let's just agree that we don't know the full story. We know what we heard, and we know what we think we know. We don't know the rest of it. We don't know the rest of it. These guys were friends for a long time, and it's all over now. You know what I mean? Been over for a few years. Grow up. It's easy for us to say grow up and move on. We don't know the rest of the story. Jamil says they literally have decades worth of experience backstage. Mark Henry, Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko, for sure. But those guys aren't in the ring. So that's what I'm saying. Do you fire Punk? I don't think you do. But if he's fired, if he will be fired, I will not be surprised. And I will flat out say, if and when he's fired, he kind of asked for this. I'm just saying. Amos says last night, like I said, Punk overstepped his boundaries. Agreed. Khan did right by stripping the belt. Agreed. Never seen you. Yeah, you're right. But, the days of Fritz and Bill Watts are over. They're over. I respect what you're saying. I agree. But those days are long gone. Business isn't conducted the way it used to be. And I'm glad it's not. I love the old territory stuff too. But I'm glad things are better now. Things are much better now. Much better. Ask the guys now versus the guys who worked back in the 80s how much better things are now. much better, which is good. Good for business. Things have to get better, have to evolve. You know what I mean? Chad says, hate to say it, Punk's becoming a cancer. Your opinion? You're entitled to it. Punk is supposed to be a leader, but you're right. We were not there. Some ego issues. I agree with you on every count. Miss Lopez says, I totally agree with you. Ricardo, how are you, my friend? Punk should have handled any problems he had with EVPs in private. Agreed. And not put all his dislikes in front of the press. So unprofessional for a guy that's been in the business. Agreed. He's a hothead. We all know this. Robbie says, on a related topic, what was the deal with MJF kind of taking a shot at WWE? Nah, he wasn't taking a shot. He was just having fun. Nah, no. This was all in character. He was having fun, in my opinion. The thing about if there's one guy that loves everything MJF said Wednesday night, it's Triple H. You better believe that. Triple H can respect and appreciate this guy for sure. If I was Triple H, I'd be knocking his door down. When that contract comes up, I'd throw any amount of money I could. $2 million, $3 million, you got it. Come on, let's go. They wouldn't know what to do with him. But it'd be fun for a while. Look, I know ratings are up. I know things are better since Vince is no longer running the show. I get that. However, at the same time, they've got a lot of things to overcome, in my opinion, with talent and building guys and gals back up to where they should be. Could they do the right thing with MJF? I don't know. Sugar Shane says, I released Punk and listen, I know, Shane, I know you love Ospreay. But brother, Ospreay, as great as he is in the ring, Ospreay's got a little baggage too, man. Look it up. He's got a little baggage, dude. I'm just saying. I mean, of course, Darby has it. Jay Lethal has it. Some other guys in that company have it. Well, Ospreay wouldn't be the first one. Ospreay's match against Tetsuya Naito at the G1 was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely. It's okay. They're doing construction in the neighborhood. Let's see. Tammy said, I just agree that somebody needs to be running that locker room, knows what they're doing and how to deal with the wrestlers. I agree. How are you, my dear? Good to see you. Good to see you. Message me sometime. Let's talk a little bit. I hope you're doing okay. By the way, kids, Peaches and Power Bombs. Everybody go check it out. I got my cat today. One of my cats, by the way. She's on my lap. You're not going to purr? I might have to hold her up before we get out of here. She's the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, Ray knows. Ray, you know, don't you? Yeah, well, supposedly his contract up in 2024. I mean, unless it was for money, why would he ever want to leave? Right now, MJF is not a big fish in a small pond. Right now. But he could be. He could get there fairly quick, in my opinion. And if and when he gets there, sayonara sucker. Because it'll be obvious they won't be able to do anything else with him. Let's be honest, once he gets that championship, that's the pinnacle, right? What else is there? Lopez says, I assume you mean Moxley. Love how Moxley stepped up his passion for the business. John Moxley cut one of the best promos he's ever cut. And I said this on Powerbomb show last night, and I'll say it again for you kids listening. And here's how I'll tell you, is that in the other company, they had this guy talking to a potted plant on live TV. They had him dressing up in a hazmat suit with a gas mask because the people of that town they were in were stinky and had disease. He was getting a shot in his hip backstage because he didn't want to catch diseases from these people. That's the guy that became the Death Rider in New Japan and had bang-up matches with some of the best stars in that company, biggest stars in that company, tough as nails. This is the same guy who's cut some of the best promos we've seen in 10 years in the past 3 years in AEW. That's the guy they had doing nonsense in the other company. So next time somebody wants to defend, the McMahon circus to me, no disrespect, let's get particular and talk about what they messed up over the years, okay? And what we have now versus what we had then, okay? I'm just trying to make a point. But Moxley is on top of his game as always. So this is for John. Oh, Ron, brother, I hope they never do phony authority figures on their TV. I am not a fan of that. And this is coming from a guy who was a commissioner more than one time. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that dude. Not for that company. They need to differentiate themselves from the other guys as much as possible. They should never do a brand split. They should never do GMs. They should never do a commissioner. They should never have Tony Khan acting a character in a suit and power walking down the ramp. It's just my opinion. I would never do on-air authority figures. I just wouldn't do it. Anytime you saw Jim Crockett on the air on NWA, it's because a huge event was coming up like StarCast, or a Russian was going to hit him or something or shove him around. So, yeah, I honestly, can I be honest with you? I think we see too much of Tony right now. I wouldn't even put him on as I said earlier, I wouldn't even put him on the table. I wouldn't even have him in the media scrums. So there you go. We got about 5 minutes to take this thing home, kids. We didn't bother doing this before, but we just got through the show. We got through the scrum. So now we're going to begin to take this thing home. Let's open this floor up. Whatever you guys and gals got for me. Ray, this means you if you're still here. And by the way, can I hold you up? Will you get upset at me? I think she's tired. She's not even purring. I'm going to attempt this. Watch this. Don't get upset at me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hey. Hey. Good girl. Look at that. Looking right at the camera. Say, hey. This is Pris, by the way. It's Pris. You can lay back down. It's okay. Yeah, she's sleepy. That's Pris. She's the best. She and her brother. Her brother's name is Patrick. We named him Patrick for Patrick Star from SpongeBob SquarePants because he's kind of a little doofus. Like, Patrick would consistently sit there and he'll swat at things that nobody can see. Like, whoa, what? Like there's bugs flying. There's no bugs there, but he's swatting at something. He'll run into walls and stuff. And then he's got this habit of when he's walking near you, if you're walking near him, he'll see you coming and he'll start walking from the side. He'll fall down his side right in front of you so you can rub his belly. A cat. They're hilarious together, dude. They're hilarious together. Ray, we've been waiting for you all day, brother. Cypress Hill or Public Enemy? Public Enemy. Ice Cube or Method Man? Ooh, Method Man. Gotta go meth. And if Adam Cole came to your house and gave you and your family 3 free hours of Dave and Buster's time, could I come? Sure. And after, want to get veggie chili and iced coffee. Oh my God, I want iced coffee now. Ray, this is your fault, dude. You did this to me. Ray, let's have some coffee in New York, dude. Excellent question, as always. Chad Too Bad says, what did you think about Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia? Excellent match. There's rumors about maybe Wheeler taking Garcia's spot in the Blackpool Combat Club. I don't really want to see that happen. I like Wheeler Yuta a lot. I liked him in Ring of Honor. I think giving him this edge has really helped him, honestly. Jamel says, I can't wait to see Hater versus Baker. I've been looking forward to it since the first time Hater didn't do the DMD. It's going to be fun. Laura says, best album of the last 5 years. Dude, I don't think I've bought an album or downloaded an album in 5 years. It wasn't 10 years or older. You're going to force me to go on to my music here. Apple Music. Best thing ever. Of the last 5 years, dude, I don't think I have one, man. I don't think I have anything new. I did Joe Satriani's latest album, The Elephants of Mars. It came out last year, I think it was. Elephants of Mars is a good album. I've always been a Joe fan. That's tough. That's tough. Scorpions put out a new album. Scorpions are actually, I don't know if you got, they still sound very good, just so you know. I've always been a big King's X fan. I don't think they put out anything new lately. Mammoth Van Halen is not, or Mammoth WVH. That's Wolfgang Van Halen. That came out in 2021. Not a bad album. I know I'm reaching right now, but honestly, I just don't listen to a lot of new stuff, man. I really don't. I've been downloading a lot of older jazz recently. I'm a big John Coltrane and Miles Davis guy. Maybe Coltrane just a little bit more. If anybody hasn't seen Chasing Train, the documentary, I think it's on Hulu. It's excellent. You guys have got to see Chasing. If you're a jazz fan, you'll love it. Trust me. Will Moore says, so Roman lose the title to Cody. I would bet the house on it. That's what I'd do. I'd bet the house on it. Absolutely. I don't think there's anybody else could take it from him. Tim says your top 5 AEW theme songs right now. I love Jane by Starship, Orange Cassidy song. That song's been on, been out for what, 50, 60 years or whatever it's been, right? I may be too long, but I've always liked that song. I like it a lot more now that Cassidy's got it. I dig that song. Eddie's song, which is a DMX sound alike. That's a good song. Let's see. Adam Cole song. There you go, Ray. That's 3. Man, whenever someone hits me with 5 something or Mount Rushmore, it's always difficult. What else? What else gets me? I think Sting has the best song he's ever had in that company. And Joe's song. Joe's song is fantastic. Best song Joe's ever had, by far. Def Leppard has a new album. I didn't even know that. Star Halos 2022. Rob said, I know you were less interested in WWE lately, but here's an idea. When you introduce yourself in the main event, it should have a Roman Reigns button that says acknowledge me. Oh, now to a head scratcher. Your Mount Rushmore best wrestlers entrance music ever. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin for sure. CM Punk. Undertaker. Gotta say Undertaker, right? Because it's iconic. Got those 3. Who else? Best wrestler music. I was never big on The Rock's entrance music, man. I don't hate it, but I've never been really big on it. So who have I got? I got Austin, I got Punk, I got Rock. I'll give you a personal favorite of mine is Rock and Roll is King by Electric Light Orchestra, the original Rock and Roll Express song. I love that song to this day. That's a personal favorite that would be up there for me. And then I have to say probably Ric Flair's entrance music. Hey, man, for someone who doesn't like countdowns, I'm banging these things out, aren't I? Oh, did that happen yesterday? Did that happen on She-Hulk yesterday? I haven't watched it yet. I know that Charlie Cox was supposed to be on that show. Spoiler alert. By the way, I love the new suit, if that's what you're asking me. I love the new suit. I didn't dislike the suit from the original Netflix series, but I love this new one. I think it looks very cool. And Charlie Cox is the freaking man, dude. He's such a great choice for Daredevil. He's such a good actor. Very good. A couple more. We're going to get out of here, kids. Elvis is a very, very, listen, can I give you a spoiler alert? You're in for a heck of a ride, and you're going to come out of this movie just emotionally wrecked. Like it is. And I don't know how much they got right, but if they got 1/10 of it right, this guy was tortured, like a victim of his own success, a victim of the doofus that was his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Complete sham, by the way, right? Yeah, this guy was never happy. This guy was a victim, and again, a victim of his own success. But he's a legend. He's a legend. Double V, you are so late, dude. We're about to take this thing home, man. I miss you today. Where you been? I love Fabulous Freebirds. You talking about Bad Street or you talking about Freebird? I prefer Bad Street with Michael Hayes thinking he can sing. Cobra Kai's out. Oh, I gotta watch that. Gotta watch Cobra Kai. Yeah. Cobra Kai is some of the silliest TV you're ever gonna see. But I enjoy it. Silly. The high school fight is one of the dumbest things you've ever seen in your life. Victor's watching. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous, goofball, corny. But you know what? It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. Well, kids, guess what? We're going to get out of here. We're going to get it out of here. We're going to take it home. So here's what's going to happen. We'll be back next week. Barring any unforeseen circumstance, we'll be back here next Friday. The Friday after, I will be in New York on the job. So I will not be able to be here that Friday. Okay, so everybody wait till this coming Friday, a week from today. Bam. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, man, yikes. You ever get an alert in your ears suddenly out of the blue? It's terrifying. All right, I'm getting out of here. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate you. Remember to tune in, subscribe to the main event. It's not just in video form, it's in audio form. The audio will be uploaded to all the popular podcast platforms. So please go check it out. Subscribe to the show today. Please subscribe to Tom Clark's 6M podcast. I'd very much appreciate that. Movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. And that's it for us, kids. We are going to get out of here. Again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for showing the love as you always do. You guys are the best of all time. We'll see you next time. Everybody have a good weekend, okay? We're out of here. We'll see you next time. Be good. Tom Clark's main event.